Good morning, friends. This is Grace here. I hope I'm live on the Essential Stencil page because that's where I intend to be. Hello on the Essential Stencil page, all you fans and lovers of stencils, especially by Essential Stencil. My name is Grace from over here at The Comfy Nest with Grace. I'm going to be showing you the new September stencils for Stencil of the Month Club. And then we're going to talk about fall pre-orders. So if you love all things fall, you're going to want to hear about the fall pre-orders that are available. And let me just say, there'll be 3 sets of stencils given away today at the end of the live broadcast and a replay set. So if you are a replay watcher, please make sure you say hello. All of you, say hello. Let us know you're here. Let us know where you're coming from. I had to turn my heat on today here in North Dakota because I'd be cold. I accidentally left the windows open last night and it was chilly in the house this morning. So you guys, I have no shame in admitting it's August and I turned the heat on. I got a sweater, several shirts on, trying to stay warm. And that's so funny because I know it's been really hot in other places in the country, but it has cooled down considerably here. Welcome to all you Essential Stencil fans. I'm going to grab the feed here on another device on my iPad so that I can see all your comments, because in a minute, I'm going to get this camera down on my table so you can see the project that I'm demonstrating for you today. Hey, Denise. Hello. There's Deborah Garnett. Good morning, ladies. There's Myrna, and Becky's here from Ohio. Hello, folks. All right. I think I got the feed here. I know it looks a little wonky for a second here while I pull this up. Look at already 79 people. Yay! My package came. So I'm the lucky, fortunate brand ambassador who gets to show you the new set for September. You can order these now by becoming a member of the Stencil of the Month Club. So you want to go to stencilofthemonthclub.com. If you join and use any of our codes, if you use mine, I'm forever grateful. Use my code, THECOMFYNEST. You'll get 50% off your first month. And I printed out today because I wanted to make sure that I knew all the options that you guys get. If you join the Stencil of the Month Club, you can join on a monthly basis, a 3-month basis, or a 6-month basis. And if you join in a 6-month prepaid, you get right now, the bonus is a $25 gift card toward more stencils, the exclusive designs that are only available to Stencil of the Month Club members. They're only available to them. So you have to be a member to get them. And if you join for 6 months prepaid, they give you the stinking $25 to get more stencils. So anyway, check that out. Check it out, stencilofthemonthclub.com. There are a few different options for joining. Here is the set of stencils. Who loves fall? Who loves fall decorating? Who loves all things fall? And are you ready for it? So show me some hearts, or show me some likes, those little, the little thumbs up. If you are a fall decor lover, if you love all the things fall, if you're ready for the season change. I love summer. Summer's my favorite probably in North Dakota. When I lived in Massachusetts and on the East Coast in Pennsylvania, I think I loved spring and fall equally. In North Dakota, it gets cold quick. I don't like the cold. So I love the summer, but I'm always ready for a change of season. I'm very grateful that God gave us these changes in season. And actually, the stencil that I'm going to use today says, fall is proof that change is good. That's one of the phrases that I love so much in this new Stencil of the Month Club designs. I'm going to get this black cardboard, cardstock comes in your stencil set to keep them nice and straight when you store them, but it also helps me to show you what's in the set. My favorite color is October, and it's got that great pumpkin that you can use. You know, of course, you can use these elements together, or you can separate them. Look at all those hearts coming across the screen. All you fall lovers. I love it. Barb Schellheimer, good morning, Grace. She says, I love the fall, and I'm so in love with the ES Fall stencils. I got my Stencil of the Month Club delivery yesterday. I'm so excited to use them. Well, I'm going to use them today, and I'm going to show you 2 ideas that you can use them for. And then if you're, once you're in the club, let's just assume, like Barb's in the club as a Stencil of the Month Club member. So once you join, you're going to get access to the private group here on Facebook where all the other members who get these sets, they're exclusive to the group. They get these sets and then they do their projects and they share them in the group, and there are some really fun, fantastic projects and inspirations in there for you. Trick or Treat Candy Company for little ghouls and boys. Clever play on words. And then the Happy Halloween So we get these. They're 12 by 16 size, and you're getting all of these elements, and there's another whole sheet. Hang tight, let me grab the other whole sheet. Hey Boo. I love that font. I love it, I love it. Hey Boo. You get the Witch's Cauldron. Then you get the words Witch's Brew. And then you get Here for the Booze. Oh my goodness. You guys, these are seriously really cute. These would make great little, like if you wanted to buy little tote bags, you know, those canvas tote bags from Michael's, they're very inexpensive, or from the dollar store, and decorate them. Heck, you could get the brown paper bags from the dollar store and decorate them for the grandkids. So when they come over to trick or treat, you either have their bag ready for them, or they can use these to get their candies. And then I'm just here for the candy, which I think a lot of moms, my kids are little. When my kids were little, yeah, you had to go through that candy and make sure it was all copacetic, all okay, right? You had to make sure it was all past muster from the parents' perspective. So there was a taste test now and then. I'm just saying. I'm just here for the candy. Oh, and the cute costumes. There's something about the kids and their costumes. When I worked at the college had a daycare in it for the staff and for the community. And the kids would dress up on Halloween and walk through all the college offices and trick or treat. And I love to see those littles in their costumes. Yay, yay, it's coming, it's coming. So welcome to all you fall lovers. Welcome Essential Stencil fans. This is the main set. Those three, you get 3 12, oh, where's the third one? Back there. 3 12 by 16 stencils. Really high quality, thick stencils, easy to use, easy to clean. In the Stencil of the Month Club, this is the set this month, so go ahead and join if you don't have them yet. If you are a member, it's on its way to you if you haven't gotten it yet. Good morning, Miss Nancy. Here's the add-on stencil. You're going to love this. The add-on stencil is this really fun plaid. It's a really fun plaid, and it's different. It's got some thick and thin stripes going both ways. So that is an optional add-on that when you sign up, you can add it on, or you don't have to. It's totally up to you. And then your stencils come in this fabulous little envelope every month. Hello, you've been expecting me. So let's play with them. I'm going to actually do 2 signs on a double-sided frame. But before I do that, I want to get this camera down on the project so that you can see it well. Let me prop these up so hopefully they don't fall. I'm going to get you down on this project. I'm going to use this double-sided 9x9 frame. It's nice and thick and chunky, so it'll stand on its own. And I think, see, I have this huge island in the middle of my house, in the middle of the, like, it's all one room, the big, you know, kitchen, dining room, living area. And I cleaned it off today. I said to my husband, my kids had so much stuff on this island, you guys. It drives me bananas. All the, like, just their stuff, their hats, their, like, just keys to things, and their pens for school, and just all the things that they collect, like where they don't know where to put it, and they throw it on this counter because it's right when you walk in the door. So my hubby and I, after they went to school this morning, we got a box, and we put all that stuff in the box. So if they want to find their stuff, it's going to be in that box. Cleared off that counter. Now I have room for a double-sided sweet little fall sign, and it'll look really cute on there, not with all that clutter. It's a battle for a mama. I'm going to turn you around, so if you get dizzy, just close your eyes for a second here. I'll let you know when we're ready. I'm going to get you down on my table so you can see what I'm doing, and you can be inspired, hopefully, to create some new stuff for yourself, or as a gift, right? Maybe you like to create gifts for people. Here we go. So here's the double-sided frame, and you can see it's nice and thick. It's 9x9. You can position it any way you want. I think I'm going to try to do both sides, and here are the 2. I want to use this. Fall is proof that change is good. That's one of the designs I want to use, but I really, really love this. I'm here just for the candy. And I think I'm going to put, oh, excuse me. I'm here just for the candy on this side. I can't decide. Let's think for a minute. I'm here just for the candy. I'm going to add some candy corn. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this one should go on this side. I'm here just for the candy with the candy corn. That's what we'll do. We'll put this one on this side, and we'll do the other one on the other side. We're going to stencil this right here. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. How is everybody today? Andrea says, I'm a little dizzy anyway. Andrea, I love your positive attitude and willingness to just be a little wonky there for a minute in your head, because that's what had to happen. I'm going to grab my stencil brushes. So here are the stencils set. You can see they come in a variety of sizes. Let's put them from smallest to largest. So this is what you get. I love the blue handles. They're really smooth, easy to hold. I like a short stubby handle. It's easier for my hand to hold in a variety of ways. The bristles are nice and stiff. They're not so stiff that they don't move, but they're not really swishy. I don't know how else to describe that. Let me show you what I mean by swishy. I use this brush a lot, but these bristles are really open and swishy, and I use this brush for something different, not for stenciling. I like these really tight bristles for stenciling. And this is the Essential Stencil set. Again, if you use my code on the website to buy anything, THECOMFYNEST is my code. If you use that code, you'll get 10% off your brush sets too, if you want to buy them. And they were out of stock for a long while, and we were all lamenting over that. So I would just suggest you go grab 2 of them. That way you're not living without at any point. Jeannie just got her stencils. Woohoo! Diana says the weather is hot here today. I'm wearing 3 shirts. Call me 3-shirt Sally. I got a tank top, another shirt, and my sweater on, and I turned the heat on. Hey, Robin in Arizona. Susan says my kitchen table needs to be cleaned off. It happens. I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do. You live, right? You're just living. I've grabbed some fall-like colors. Well, in white and black, of course. Black, white, and black. Seriously, like neutral. And then I'm going to do candy corn. So I grabbed, oh my gosh, this is almost empty. But it's the only yellow that I have that's close to candy corn yellow. So I have this as a backup. But this one's too yellow. This one's almost empty. We'll see. When we get to the candy corn, we'll deal with that. I'm going to put those aside for now. I think I'm just going to do the words, I'm here for the candy, in white, just to keep it really simple. And then we will go ahead and we'll do the candy corn just underneath there. So let me grab one of my craft mats to use as like a little paint palette. I love these because I can fold them up and make them small or big. I'm going to move this over so you can see my paint palette right here. My paint palette, that's a fancy word for like the place where you keep your paint. Here's a little bit of white. I'm going to have to push this down because, or here's your other option. These all come on a 12 by 16, but they're individual. Like you could cut these into sizes if you wanted to. And in fact, it might make it easier to store. I'm definitely going to cut this one to make it smaller so it fits on my frame. That way you're not having to hold it down, and you can cut. I'm going to show you, actually, I'll cut both of them. I know, and maybe like you might be like, whoa, she's cutting her stencils. You can, girls, when you own them, when they belong to you, you use them in the best way for you. So if it helps you to cut them, you can use your scissors. You can probably use a rotary cutter. You do you. Like, you make it make sense for you and make them usable for you. I'm going to cut this. Oh, my Lord. She's cutting it. Is this wigging anybody out? Show me some sad faces. It wigs me out a little bit, too. I'm going to be totally honest. But show me some sad faces if that just blew you away. I'm okay with it. Show me some sad faces. Does that, like, oh, my gosh. I like to... Actually, I'm like... really like to keep things in their original shape as much as possible. But listen, it was hard to get that in there. I see hearts. I don't see sad faces. I see hearts. So I'm glad. So I see one sad face. I get it. I get it. If that's hard for you, I just want to tell you, I see some more sad faces and some laughing. I see some hearts. Oh no, not the cutting, Kathy says. I'm cutting it. Girls, it's so much easier. And once you own them, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, once you own them, all bets are off, friends. They're yours. They belong to you. You can do whatever you want to do to make it easier for you to craft and create. Now, I can tape this down and I'm ready to stencil. I'm going to put a couple of candy corn down here. That's going to be fun. But first, let's get this part done. I love this candy, the word candy. It's so fun. The font is really, really unusual and fun. I'm grabbing a little bit of paint. I'm working it into the paint bristles, up and in. We want to work them up and in, that paint, so that we have lots of paint to work with. I just love this font. I can't wait to see how it turns out. I'm going to stipple this paint on. This board, it's a 9x9 board, so any way that you want to position it goes. There's no up, you know, right or wrong, and it's double-sided. It's got the wood stain on one side and the white palette board looking wood grain on the other side. I'm just going to get some white on here. I'm going to keep it really simple on the words so that the candy corn add the pop of color. And it'll just be really sweet and cute. I love this phrase. I think it works for adults and kids. I'm just here for the candy. Heck, some pets get into the candy, don't they? And they probably shouldn't. But pets sometimes want the candy too. I've heard stories about the puppies getting into the candy. It happens. See how easy? I'm just stippling. I'm just going up and down. You can do it whichever way you like to do the little circles, then do the little circles, whatever way you like. I like the up and down stippling because it gives the paint a bit of texture. It gives you, it's not a smooth paint job. It's going to give it some like little peaks. And I like the way that looks. But you can do it however you want. See how fast and easy this is? Oh, I cannot wait to see how the word candy shows up on here. Because it's such a fun and unusual font. It's very, very playful. I just had another idea for this and I can't even tell you because if I have time, I have another great design idea for this stencil itself. I'm not going to tell you because if I have time, I'm going to do it. Oh, this little bridge between, this center part of the end. I know that's going to be really hard for you to see because I'm in the middle of making it all white. This little bridge right here moves. It moves. Look. It moves. It moved. when I was stippling, the force of my stippling moved it. So I have no idea how, if that's going to have good coverage or not. I have no idea what that's going to look like when I'm done. So note to self, when you do the middle of the N, watch the force with which you stipple, because it was moving on me. These are the things we learn from our ambassadors as we do our stencil projects. And I always say it's good when I goof up. If I goof up, if something goes wrong for me, it's just going to demonstrate for you, okay, don't make the same mistake Gracie made. Don't do it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I'm liking the coverage. I'm going to hinge it up. It means I'm going to hold strongly onto one section to make sure it doesn't move. And I'm going to hinge up the other to just make sure I have really good coverage. Oh, it turned out great regardless. Oh my gosh, I really, 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 I want a whole alphabet of that font. Anybody from Essential Stencil, can you hear me? Can we just get a whole alphabet's worth in this font, the candy? I'm going to hold it up really close. I want to darken it up a little. After I saw the bridge move, I was a little, I didn't go over the N again, but it looks great. So I'm going to just put a little more paint over that. Make sure I have really good coverage. And then I'm going to show this to you because it's stinking darling. Why don't I have more of this font in my life? Look at you guys. Look at how pretty that font is. It's like dimensional. I love it so much. I love it. I love it. I love that we've got some stripes here. We've got they're like polka dots, but they're little squares actually in the A. You've got this, I don't even know what you call that little design. It's the same in the D and in the Y. Isn't that pretty? This would be really cute on a t-shirt, truthfully. Wouldn't that be cute on a t-shirt? I'm going to put 3 candy corn down below here. I don't have a candy corn stencil, unfortunately. However, I'm just going to draw me some candy corn. Actually, let me find one of my, I'm not going to use I would normally use a regular pencil when I'm working in my craft journals, my art journals, but I'm going to grab a chalk pencil so it just erases so much easier with water. Now, listen, I don't have a template. I don't have a stencil for the candy corn, but they are basically triangles with rounded corners. That's about it. I know, Annette, right? She says, I love that font. Me too. Hey, Anne. Hello, hello, Text BFF. Yes, Joyce says, that font on a porch board skeleton. Ooh, see, the ideas are flowing. I love it. Love it, I love it. Bring those ideas out and even the N is perfect, right, Cindy? We made it happen as much as I was lamenting over that bridge moving. So look at, they can even be wonky. They don't have to be totally right. These probably are not going to be symmetrical because I'm hand drawing these. But I'm going to put 3 little candy corn. Oh, that one got pointier on the top and it's closer than this one. Do you see? Does that bug us? Does it bug you? It bugs me a little bit that the spacing. I don't like the spacing. All right, I'm going to try something else here. I'm going to grab just a spritzer of water. Let me grab my little spritzer spray bottle because this is a chalk pencil and it can erase, but let's just see if the water will take it away. I haven't used it on this board before, so let's just see. I want to erase. Yeah, it's good. It's all good. I want to erase this because it's a little bit closer than I want. And truthfully, this up here, I'm just using water now to erase it. It's a chalk pencil. I wanted the top parts to be a little more round. There's my pencil. So this part, I want it a little more, yeah, like a little more round. And this not so close. No, I'm okay with that. These are still a little further away. But listen, this is going in my dining room, kitchen area. And I promise you, the 3 people I live with, my 3 boys, are not going to be analyzing my candy corn and how close they are to each other. I just know they won't be. Now, you know, candy corn have 3 sections. I had to actually look it up. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I went to Google and I typed in candy corn. And then I went to the images tab because I couldn't remember. White, yellow, orange. I had to write it down because I didn't want to mess it up. I didn't want to mess it up. White, orange, yellow. We're just going to paint them. We're just going to paint them. And wouldn't you know it, the yellow section's the biggest. Oh, no, it's the middle section. I don't have a ton of this paint here. I'm most nervous. Look at, I only have that. Oh, girls, guys and girls. Let me see. I may just have to grab a different yellow. I don't have a ton of yellows, you guys. I'm noticing. Look at, these are my options for yellows. And none of them are really quite candy corn yellow. What do I do? What do I do? I think I'm going to go with, I think this is just a different brand. I think I'm going to go with one of these. This one's actually a little lighter. They're all a little bit too dark, and the one that I do have that's the lightest, I hardly have any of it left. So let's get this out of this bottle. Sorry for the noise. We make do with what we got, right? I'll add a little bit of this so that if I have to, I need more volume of paint. That's the problem. I don't have a lot of that really light color that I like. So I'm going to mix, actually. I don't want to mix with my brush because it's going to get my brush all goopy. I don't want my brush to be goopy because I'm going to paint with that brush. So use a little palette knife. We're going to make our own little color of yellow here. I know it's not going to be the exact yellow I need, but heck, it's all good. It's okay. I'm getting off the excess paint there. All right. I guess we're going to start with, oh my gosh, I just got a call on my phone. I'm so sorry about that. And it was like spam risk. Please don't be bothering me. I'm painting. I'm painting, people. I don't know why I started with the yellow because I'm most nervous about it, probably. We just need 3 sections here. And because this is a brown board, I might need to do a couple of coats of this. So let's get some paint on here. White, yellow. So I guess I could think of these candy corn as going from the lightest to the darkest. If I can remember that, I'll remember what order they go in. So if I do that, I don't even care if the lines get messed up a little bit on the inside because I'm going to paint over that. There we go. Does that look good enough for a candy corn color? Crystal said I wouldn't know the order either. Why? Like it's like when you think about spelling a word, like if my kids say, Mom, how do you spell the word receive? Oh boy, I'm like, is it I before E? And then I go back to the old rule that you learned in school, I before E except after C. Because then I'm overthinking it. Like if I just wrote it, I probably would do it right, the correct way. But you're asking me, makes me like, I don't know. I don't know. Plus now candy corn come in other colors, right? They're the ones with the black on the bottom, which I think are really cute. I went over a little bit on my line, but it's okay. Okay. Why did I start with yellow? I think it's because I was nervous about having enough paint. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to need to put 2 coats on here either way. So let's just get it on here. when you do your candy corn, you do you. It probably would have been a good idea to do the whole thing white and then overcoat with black, but it doesn't really matter, does it? It doesn't really matter. It's like when you make cookies. Does it matter what order the ingredients go in the bowl? If you are a serious baker, it might, but if you're me, I'm just happy to have cookies. I don't care. All right, that'll work. It's definitely going to need another coat, but let's get the white done. I'm just going to grab a new brush rather than messing with the same brush over and over again. I'm looking for a little paintbrush that I can use to do my white, and I already have some white here, so this will be easy. I'm just going to continue the line here. They don't have to be perfect. I just love the phrase and the font. So I should tell you while I'm painting and while you're watching this little demo, this little thing come to life, I want to tell you too that there are pre-orders going right now. Have you seen the new fall lineup, the new fall designs for the Essential Stencil lineup for fall? Have you seen this yet? Can you tell me in the comments, have you seen them? Have you seen them? I want to know. Listen, you probably got an email. If you're on the email list for Essential Stencil, which I hope you are, go to the website and sign up for the email alerts. You would have gotten this notification. Even better, if you have the app and you get notifications from your app, you can now pre-order on the app only. At this point, on the app only, you can pre-order all the new beautiful fall designs, okay? So this is happening now. Like this just opened up today, the ability to order these pre-orders. So let me tell you that. I'm going to move the board because I need, for my wrist, for the angle of my wrist, I want to move the board. So that's number one. You can pre-order on the app. So download the app, get it on your phone or your tablet, and then go ahead and pre-order. If you use my code, THECOMFYNEST, you're going to get a discount. But listen, if you buy the whole bundle, like the whole kit and caboodle, all the new fall stuff all at once as a bundle, you can stack the discounts. They're going to give you a 15% credit if you buy the whole bundle. And then, you guys, this orange might be a little bit too bright for me. I might mix this orange a little bit. Sorry for the interruption to what I was telling you, but I'm going to mix it a little bit with some white. So number one, you can get all of the pre-orders you can order now on the app. Why is this coming out like that? And then at midnight, they're going to be available on the website, the traditional website. There's the orange. So app available now, website at midnight. So if you don't want to miss out on anything, if you don't want anything to get sold out on you, go ahead and get on the app so that you can pre-order now, even if you don't want the full bundle. But if you want the full bundle, everything that's offered, the whole kit and caboodle of all the fall new stuff, you can get 15% off and then use my code THECOMFYNEST and get an additional discount. Where's my white? Where's my white paint, people? It's disappeared here. We need more white. I'm going to add a little, just a tish of white to my orange because I feel like this is just a little too bold for me. Where did all those bubbles came from? I've never seen bubbles in a paint jar before, but that's what I just witnessed. I want this to be a little creamier, this orange. So I'm mixing it with a little bit of white to tone it down so it's not, because these colors are really pretty soft. I'm really notoriously bad at shaking my paints before I use them. And that's what happened. I hadn't used that orange paint in a long time and I didn't shake it. And so it was like a little bit separated. Oh, that's a pretty soft orange. I don't know what candy corn orange is. I don't know. I'm just, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to have the exact candy corn colors to create candy corns on your projects because nobody's going to compare their candy corn to your project and say, wait, you're off. Your tone on your orange is way off. No one's going to tell you that. So just create to your little heart's content. I was offloading paint on my brush because there was just too much. I love it. I feel really lucky and blessed to be the ambassador today because number one, I got to show you the September stencil of the month. That's the one I'm using now. That's one of the ones I'm going to be, well, I'm going to be using more than one today. And I get to tell you about this pre-order. Now, I'm sure some of you knew about that in days past, but it opened up today. So I'm like, whoa, I got like a really fun day to hang out with you guys and tell you about all the good things. Super exciting. Did anybody already pre-order? Susan says it's looking good. Thank you for that, Susan. Regina wants to know what paint brand is my favorite. That is like asking me what color is my favorite. I have a really hard time. Different paint brands have different qualities and features, and so I like them for different reasons. Depends on the project, right? I'm not a huge fan, I've said to you, I'm not a huge fan of the ones that come in these containers. I'm just not. And I love chalk paints. I do really love chalk paints, chalk-based paints, because I love the matte finish of it. One of my favorite brands for quality with metallics and pearls is Martha Stewart. I love her line of metallics, shimmers, pearls. Her paints are gorgeous, and they're just wonderful. I love them, love them, love them. Otherwise, I would say, like, I love Waverly for general crafts. I do. I think it's a great paint. I like folk art. If I'm painting furniture, I probably will use Annie Sloan chalk paint. I think that's my favorite for painting furniture. So really, Regina, that's a tough question to answer because I feel like it's just the paints, it depends on the project. It depends on what I'm trying to accomplish with the project. And I'm a huge craft supply. I'm not going to say hoarder. I'll say collector, because I use my stuff. I'm not just like buying it and then letting it sit. I buy it and then I use it because I love to try different brands. I love to try different of everything. Markers, crayons, pencils, waxes, paints, you name it, paintbrushes. I love to try them all. All right, these are looking very hand-drawn, which I love because I like things to be handmade. These, you can see there's a lot of brush strokes in those, and that'll go away with the second coat. So let's dry this up a little bit. I'm gonna put this other paintbrush down somewhere. I'm gonna put it on the side over here so I don't mix up my paint colors. We gotta dry these up and then we're gonna add another coat. Yeah, everybody's gonna know. Mary says you're right. Everybody's gonna know it's candy corn. The colors don't have to be the exact colors of the candy corn candies that you buy at the store. Everybody's gonna know. Cindy says, this is so stinking cute. Cindy, I'm so glad you love it. It's just fun. I really, really love this font. It is so fun, so fantastic. I'm testing. My white and my yellow are dry already, so I'm gonna go back in with my second coat for white and yellow. Good gravy, I'm like mixing up my paintbrushes. I got a little white, excuse me, a little yellow on my white paintbrush. This is the way I roll. It's just the way I do things around here because I'm kind of messy and imperfect. Now, because I'm doing 3 different sections here, I'm going to get like these funky lines. So I think what I'm going to do is go over those lines with a paint marker, or you could use a paint detail brush and some paint. So the question is, when I outline these candy corn, normally I outline in black. So I'm asking you for your opinion in the comments. Get your little type-in fingers ready and your little creative minds rolling. When I outline these candy corn, should I outline them in black? Should I outline them in white? What color should I outline them in? I would love to know your opinion. I generally do all my outlines in black. I would love to know what you think. Please put your opinion in the comments so I know what your advice to me would be. Now, I always say to you too, I want to point out that there are going to be different answers. Some people are going to say white, some people are going to say black. Someone might have a new suggestion, like use the orange, use brown. That's why I'm asking you. I want your opinion. I want to know, what do you think I should outline the whole? I'm going to outline the whole candy corn so that these spots here, the transition between the white and the yellow and the orange, so that it looks more seamless. It's going to like hide those junctures, these transition points, and it's going to make it look all more cohesive. So what color would you do? There's no right or wrong answer. So you answer whatever you think would look best. And there's no, with art, with creating, with design, there's no right or wrong. It's just what's your preference. What would you do? And if I pick a different color than you suggest, don't be offended. Black. There are a lot of white on the board already. Becky says black. Regina says outline in black. Christy, black. Lighter brown. Lynn, I think a brown would be good too. I think that would really work. I think it would, I think brown would be less harsh than the black, but it's still going to do what I want, which is to cover those junctions, those points between one color to the next. Let me put this paintbrush aside. I'm going to grab the yellow and we're going to put another coat. See how much more vibrant now these colors are with the second coat? This is really fun to see come together. I thought about using, oh, I went way wide right there. I did not mean to do that. My finger slipped. I thought it would be really fun to do these with Halloween papers, to get some really fun Halloween colored scrapbook papers or and decorative papers and create these candy corn sections with paper. That would be another fun way to do this, by the way. Just FYI, I was thinking of that. But I thought I'd just go with the straight old painted candy corn. Whoa, see how much more vibrant that looks? It looks so much better than just one coat. Huge difference. Look at that. I'm loving them. They're so cute. See, we can add, we didn't get candy corn in our stencil, but it's okay, girls, guys and girls, because candy corn are so easy to create. They're so easy. So stinky. They're just triangles with rounded corners. That's all you have to remember. Draw yourself some triangles and put rounded corners on them. And then this outlining is really going to help them to look really cohesive. So I'm going to look at the comments here in a minute. I'm really focusing on my lines here in my candy corn so I don't mess any more lines up. Whoops. Kind of went into my white a little bit with a bunch of paint. I must have had, I'm not kidding you when I say I had 6 or 7 cups of coffee this morning, so I'm feeling a little bit jittery. My hands are a little bit, they're a little bit like, I don't know, jittery, I guess is the word. A little shaky here. I don't have a super steady hand. There. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm going to try to even out some brush strokes here. You know me, I will always say I don't need things to be perfect. I really, really don't. For my own home decor, I'm really happy with homemade. I will look at this throughout the whole season and I'll just have a little smile on my face because I'll remember our getting together and creating it together and the time we got to hang out, and they're just going to make me happy. Cute little fun, handmade, hand-painted candy corn. This is a project your kiddos could do with you. The stenciling and drawing the candy corns, they would just be equally as good at this as I am. So let the kiddos help if they're around. Easy breezy. All right, let's see what you're saying. What colors should we outline in black, thin and whimsical? Renee suggested. Cindy says use black. Jamie says it would be cute with paper and maybe like a yellow glitter paper in the center one. Ooh. Ooh, I love the way you're thinking with a little glitter. Hey, we could add glitter to these candy corn, no? We could totally glitter these up. Ooh, girls, should we get out some diamond dust and glitter these up, or would you leave it super farmhouse and matte? There's another question for you in the comments. I love that this is interactive. I kind of wish we had a poll feature where I could like put in 3 options and you guys vote and I would see what the majority of you would say, because it's hard for me to see everybody's comments at once. Let me see. I think they're adorable. My Google shows orange in the middle and yellow on the bottom. I'm definitely doing this though. Well, Lynn, maybe I wrote it down wrong. Maybe I wrote it down wrong. Who knows? Listen, oh, how do I have a square bottom right here? I have like a little square. I don't want that to be square. My hand must have slipped. It's the dang coffee, girls. We're going to round that off a little bit. All right. Alrighty, alrighty. They're stinking cute, if you ask me. That's pretty much done. You know what? I want to design on the other side, and this has a lip on it. This will be fine. Nothing's going to go wrong with it if I flip this over and design on the other side while that dries. And then at the end, I hope I remember to flip it back so that I can add the outlining, because I want you to see that. But for now, I got to move all this yellow paint over. I want to use this one right here, and it's big. It's too big. Again, I don't want to deal with that. So I am going to cut it, but I thought I would show you that you can use your cutters on this, you guys. Oh, we got dirty paintbrush. It's got to get out of the way. Get out of the way, little dirty paintbrush. You can use your cutter on this. It will run through. It runs through my cutter anyway. I'm going to take this over. The reason I would use my cutter in this instance, I don't want this to get in this paint. So I got to move that for a second. You guys, I am so risky. Like, I just stuck that on top of my project. I know I shouldn't have, but that's what I did. This shows me the line. I can see through my stencil, so I can see that would be a nice place, whoops, to cut this. Ooh, these are thick ones, thick stencils. See, now I have a nice straight line. And then I don't mind, I wanted to make sure that that line was straight. I don't mind if my other, sorry for the noise. I don't mind if my other lines aren't exactly perfectly straight on my stencil. So I don't mind coming in with my scissor to cut that down. And yes, I do apologize because I know that seeing this, witnessing this, would wig me out too. Truthfully, if I was watching somebody else do this, I'd be like, ah, she's cutting her stencils. It's okay. It's okay. Look at how pretty that's going to be. Fall is proof that change is good. I think I want this to be really simple, just on its own. We're going to do a quick stencil job with, and I did pull out, I thought I pulled out a green for these, but I think I'm going to do all black. And then maybe I'll do these with the green, the orange, and the, not the green, the orange and the yellow. I don't know. What would you do the greenery in? I'm going to do this all in black. So let me get my black ready. While you guys tell me, what would you do the little sprigs of greenery? Would you do them green? Or is that too obvious? I'm going to put it right in the middle because I want this to be really simple. Simple and sweet. You guys, this is almost empty. I mean, like, I have to go to the way bottom here to get me some black paint because it's almost empty. It's time for a new bottle of black paint. The other thing is, before I even start, I better tape it down just in case it moves on me while I'm checking comments. All black. You would even do the greenery black. This is good to know. Outline with white, black, accent lines inside. Oh, interesting, Kathy. I'm behind on comments, clearly. Tita says use the fall colors on the greenery. Susan says all black. Yes, Nancy, the stencil's still fine. The stencil is totally good. It's still in good shape. I want to make sure I'm straight, though. I'm just eyeballing to make sure that horizontally that I'm straight. And that's why I wanted to use my straight edge cutter on this. Because often for me to eyeball and make sure that I'm straight, I check the edge of my stencil, which I can count on that being completely straight, with the frame of my board to see if they're equally distant. If it really, really makes you nervous to make sure that you're really horizontally straight, you can grab a ruler and check and see if one side is higher or lower than the other. I think I'm in pretty good shape, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm going to get to adding some paint. Really simple font on this side. The other side, that one with the word candy, had more detail to it. So it was a little more complicated. This one is really straightforward, very basic. It'll go with everybody's home decor. It doesn't matter what your style is. And I love this phrase. That fall is proof that change is good. I think the seasons are proof. But fall, we love our fall decor, right? So many of us love our fall decor. Becky says ombre. I have never cut my stencils, Diana says. Oh, there's another great question, Diana, that you prompted for you guys to answer. Who has cut their stencils before? So answer, I've done it once, I do it all the time, or I've never done it. Like Diana, or it's Dana, excuse me. Dana said, I have never cut my stencils before. So Dana, you've just prompted a question for everybody to answer in the comments. Are you a stencil cutter? Do you cut them or do you leave them original? Tell us in the comments. That's a great conversation to have. I think it's really super interesting. There's no right or wrong. No one's judging you either way. They're your stencils. You own them once you've purchased them. You do what you want with them. And Stencil of the Month Club members, you're getting this in the mail if you haven't gotten it already. If you're not a member, you cannot buy this set on the website. You cannot buy this. This is not part of the pre-order. This is the Stencil of the Month Club set for September. It's available now, but you have to be a member of that club. And you can sign up for 1 month. You can sign up for 3 months. You can sign up for 6 months and renew or cancel anytime. So there's no obligation for staying any length of time. If you sign up once a month, you get billed once a month. If you sign up for 3 months, you prepay for the 3 months, and then it will auto renew, I believe is how it works. And it's the same thing for 6 months. But you get, the longer you stay, the bigger your discount. Okay, so if you do it, and it's all explained to you on the web. When you go to the stencilofthemonthclub.com, it's all explained to you. You pick your membership, and it tells you all the things you get with each membership level. And the longer you stay, the more perks you get. But everybody gets access to the Stencil of the Month Club private group on Facebook, where the ambassadors, the staff, and the members all kind of hang out, share project ideas, get answers to questions, things like that. I'm being careful by my greenery because I haven't decided yet if I'm going to make it green or if I'm going to leave it black. Actually, you know what I might do? Just occurred to me. Maybe I'll just do gray. Maybe I'll just do a gray because I kind of like the idea of this being super farmhousey with just monochromatic black. I had way too much paint on my stencil right there, on my brush. Way too much paint, but we'll see how that works out. I'm not gonna pick that up just yet. I'm not ready to admit that I did not offload well enough right there. This paint is incredibly, incredibly thick because it's like the bottom of the barrel and it's really old. I want to see these comments about, Crystal said I'm hungry, but I don't want to stop watching. I love you, girl. Oh, you're a girl after my own heart, man. Good gravy. I feel like I'm always hungry lately. It's like, well, I feel like, what is going on with me? Why am I so hungry all the time? Is it the change in seasons? I don't know what to blame it on. One just says use green. Jamie suggested an ombre. Hey, Nicole. Hello, hello. Thanks for saying hi. Joy Sanders never cut her stencils. Elisa has, hi Elisa, haven't seen you in a while. She's cut them twice. You're a hoot, Cindy says. Hey, Cindy in Wisconsin, different Cindy, but hello, hello. Sue Ellen cuts hers all the time. Christine has never cut them, but I would if I needed to. Good for you. I'm glad you have an open mind about it. Jody says, I think it would be pretty to make the greenery fall colors. Brenda has never cut her stencils. Vicky has never cut these stencils. I've cut a couple of times. It helps it make them fit your project better. Exactly, Roseanne. So I hope that by doing that for you, even those of you that like, wow, that's like blowing your mind, that it opens up the option. Just if you're struggling at some point to fit something in like this that has this raised up frame, don't be afraid to do that. Connie says, I've cut other stencils, but not essential stencil. It's funny how they are very special to us, aren't they? Diana has never cut them, but she hasn't needed to yet. And Dana says, I might have to start just so some of them fit. Exactly, exactly. I do use paint from Walmart, Maggie. I do. Yes, 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 I do. Thank you for sprinkling, Miss Mary. Sharita cuts hers. Hey, Sharita. Text BFF. Maggie says she finds that she doesn't get hungry when she's stenciling. Hey, maybe that's our new diet plan. The Essential Stencil Diet Plan, ladies. What do we think? I'm going to make myself a gray right here. I'm going to make myself a gray. I think I'm going to do the greenery in gray. Oh, that's much too light. I want it like a darker gray than that. Pick up some more of that black. Do you see what I'm doing over here to the side? I'm just using my little craft mat to make a gray, but I feel like I need it to be a little darker. There, more like that. I'm going with gray. Why not? Listen, we can always paint over it. If I hinge this up and I hate it, we can add some yellow, some orange. We can do whatever the heck we want. By the time I'm done with this, my candy corn on the other side should be dry. And you know what I realized recently, girls? Can I just tell you? I was getting ready. I've been watching, I watch crafters too. I watch artists and creators and crafters. Wow, I had a ton of paint on that brush. We'll see how that turns out. I watch them all the time, and some of them are so good at incorporating ribbons and raffia and bows, and I just don't do that very often. I love the look of it. I just don't. But I think that this set lends itself well to using some raffia or some like linen ribbons or something. I like it with the gray. I had too much paint on my brush, so I got some bleed through on that leaf, but it's totally fine. That is totally fine. I love this. Love this, love this, you guys. I'm going to show you up close so you can see where I had a little bit too much paint. Let me put this aside first, please. My dirty ones, so that I know I have to go clean those. I had a little bit too much paint on my brush. I forgot to offload it. I was blending with my brush, which is what I said earlier. If you blend colors, mix colors with your brush is going to get really sopped up with too much paint. I shouldn't have done that. I should have used a different brush or a palette knife to blend that. But I used my paintbrush, and then I went right in on my stenciling, and so I have a little bit of bleed through. But I love this. Now I really do. I think I'm going to add maybe a little raffia bow right there. Oh, I just touched my gray. It's not dry yet, and thank God it did not mess it up. I touched it when I spun it around. I touched my gray paint. Ooh, we better dry before we do anything else. I'm going to add some raffia up here. Raffia, do you call it raffia or raffia? I do too. Rosanna says, I love that font sign. I do too. I'm going to put this paint aside a little bit so you can see this better. And then I think I'm going to put a little raffia bow or something up here. A little bit. What do you think? Would you do that, or would you leave it plain? Oh, help me decide. Help me decide, ladies. I'm not sure what to do. I think a little raffia would be sweet. What do you think? Raffia or no raffia? I don't think I can't decide. But I love having you guys here to help me decide. Love it, Jenna says. Raffia. Jay says, yes, I love raffia. Maggie says, yeah. Lori, I think you're right. I like it as black. On this board, right, with this board, it has this, it's a very light stained wood frame. This side has the same color stained wood, but then this side has the palette wood white. I love this frame for this reason. Double-sided, stands up on its own. You could hang it if you wanted to, but you're getting the different looks, and you can double-side it. So if you have a place where you're going to see both sides, it's going to look pretty on both sides. Hi, Beffy. Black and white bow, Linda says. I do have colored raffia, but it's blue or pink. I don't have. What other colors do you have? I'm thinking a little bit. I'm going to grab some raffia here in a minute, but let's finish with these candy corn. I got to dry everything first. I got to really get this dry so I can come in and do the outlining on this. I want brown. Let me look at my marker set here. Hold on, girls. I'm looking for my brown. I'm pretty sure I have a brown brush tip marker. I don't know where I put it. I'm trying to find my marker while I'm letting these dry. There he is. I wish I had a brown paint marker, but I don't. I only have, I think they're called Pit pens. And I think this one's a brush tip. Let's see if this brush tip is going to be thick enough for outlining these. I don't know if I should use paint or my brush tip. I think the brush tip will make it. If the brush tip isn't thick enough, I can I can come back in. Black would be very striking, really bold. I think I'm going to go for a softer look and use the brown, but any color you want to use, it's totally your choice. But I do want to come around, and the reason I want to do this is it's going to help. First of all, it's going to help them really ground them on the project so that you can see them really well. But it's also going to help these transition places. Like, see where the transition from one color to the next, it's going to, like, I'll show you. I'll finish this one, and then I'll show you the difference between this one and the two that aren't done. I don't need it to be perfect. I really don't. I just want to have a nice thick line coming around that candy corn. So see how it just makes it look more like one piece of candy versus 3 pieces squished together. It just, I get just like, it's like the finishing touch, right? So I'm going to come in and I'm going to fill in with the nice, and I'm pressing down kind of hard with my brush tip to make sure that it really hits like the wide parts of these transition points. I have to keep moving the board because of the way my wrist wants to go when I draw these lines. And I'm just going to come around and I'm going to outline all of them with a nice thick line. And then I'm going to flip this over and we're going to see about, I got to move this so it's not in my way. So I want to see about some raffia, and I might add a little bit of color to that greenery. Can you see the top of my head? I hope not. I don't want you to see the top of my head in the angle, but I'm kind of like hunched down over the project to get this. Right. Okay, I like that much better. I like that much better. I'm going to soften up some of the transition points, like here. I feel like that's much better. Okay, now, yay, cuteness alert. Here, raffia. Yay or nay with the raffia. Let me grab some raffia and we will see whether we like it or not. I only have pastel colored raffia. I wish I had black, but I don't. All I have is this. Raffia is so, I think it's really fun to work with, and I know it's like a big mess of a thing. Like, I know this, and I know that, like, for some people they're like, nope, with the raffia I cannot do it. I know it's like, it'd be like, what? So I take this is what I do. You do it however you want, of course. I take the strands and I try, even if they're not the same length, it's nothing a pair of scissors can't handle. I try to get them. So I'm going to fold this so that they're all about the same length. Doesn't matter if on the end. I just fold them so I have one length. I'm just going to keep taking, oh, this is a nice thick strand of it. I'm going to take strands and I'm going to like make the ends line up as best I can. It's unruly. And now I come down here and I have this long length of it. It's totally fine because we're going to cut it. So here's what, this is just the way I do it. It's hard because if you have an organized brain, raffia is going to throw you for a loop. You're going to be like, what do I make of this mess? You just do the best you can. I try to get like the center part that has a bit of each one of these strands, right? And then you can either, I do the bunny ear bows, you guys, still, as a 48-year-old woman. You can either do the bunny ear bow, which surprisingly you wouldn't think that raffia would cooperate that way, but it does. And it's messy. It's going to be messy. It's supposed to be messy. It reminds me of corn stalks, actually. So you could do that and then have all these tendrils hanging down. Or you could do the messy bow where you like crisscross them. I just feel like it's easier to do it this way. This might be too much, you guys, this raffia. But let's just make our little bow and see. Like, do we want? I'm not loving it, you guys. I'm not loving it. I gotta find this one. Like, why is these ones so long? Like, where is the end of that guy? There's one of them. I'm not loving it. Of course, I would cut this all down. But I'm not loving the look. I'm not loving it. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm so simple, you guys. This is why I don't use bows a whole lot. I'm not a huge fan. I watch other people and I'm like, oh yeah, that's so cute. But then me, I don't love it. Oh, I actually like it better on the bottom than I do at the top. If I had thought of that, I would have put that up a little higher and then put the cute little raffia bow on the bottom. But I don't like it up top. I think it takes away from the pretty stencil. Oh man alive, I can't decide. No, raffia, someone just said. Yes, and you can cut the loops. Yes, you can. So if you can cut these loops. So like, who said that? Rhonda? Was it Rhonda? Barbara says, I'm laughing at your conversation with the raffia. Okay, Rhonda says, cut the loops. So what she means by that is you can cut these, like get your scissor in a whole bunch of them at once and cut them. So it doesn't look like a bow so much. It looks more like a messy ribbon bow that you've cut. And then she says, like, cut these tails down. Totally can. I'm just not, you guys, I'm just not a huge, thank goodness, raffia is cheap because it doesn't matter if I end up not using this at all. I'm just not it's just, I don't know. It's just not me. I don't like it. I'm not, and there's nothing wrong. If you look at that and you say, I love it, it's perfect. I love that you love it. And I love that that's perfection for you. But for my house, this isn't my deal. Like this, I hardly have anything on my walls. You'd be surprised actually, people, because I like everything really, really simple and neat. This is more me. There's nothing wrong with raffia everywhere if you love raffia and bows. I just don't do a whole lot of it. So I'm going to leave it plain. You girls, you do you. I would love to know in the comments, if you don't mind, which is your favorite side? Candy corn, fall is proof, or both? If you like them both equally, tell me both. I'm going to put this raffia away. I'm not going to throw this out because I'm super frugal. I'm going to stick it in there. You never know if it's something you can use. We're going to wait to see some winners here. We'll announce the live winners, and replay winners will be announced. I'm going to flip this camera so you can see me again. Hang tight. I'm going to try not to get in your way. I'm back. There I am. Hold on. I want to show you the project. I'm going to hold it up so you can see size-wise next to me what this looks like. Super-duper cute. I think this is a 9x9 double-sided box frame. Fall is proof that change is good. I'm just here for the candy. I like both sides equally. I do too. Jarita, that's what I just said. She said, I love them both. Dorinda loves fall is proof. Both. All right, I'm seeing some winners' names. Now listen, just really quickly before I say them out verbally. Stencilofthemonthclub.com. Get 50% off your first month. If you want this set and you're not a member, go sign up now. You can sign up for the 1 month. Use my code, THECOMFYNEST, to get 50% off. You get a better deal. You pay less and you get more if you sign up for 3 or 6 months. But all of this is on the website, so you can review that on your own. The fall pre-order is here. If you go onto the app and you order the bundle, or if you wait until midnight when it's available on the website, you can shop from the website at midnight. Get the bundle, the full bundle, and say 15% off. Then use one of our codes. Use my code, THECOMFYNEST, and get more, a bigger discount. It's awesome. It's awesome. Here are our winners today. Annette Joby, or Job Jones, Susan Angus Robinson, and Regina Jones. There's another Jones. Regina Jones Havens, Regina, Annette, and Susan. You just want some stencils. Make sure you use the email address in the pinned comment so you can send them your mailing address and email address, and they will send you some stencils. You just want stencils. How exciting is that? All right, you guys, if you had some fun with me today, I would be honored to have you hang out with me on my page, The Comfy Nest with Grace, or join my free craft community. You'll find it over there. You guys have a beautiful, blessed day. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And I will see you all next Thursday right here on the Essential Stencil page. Take care. Bye.